Hi, my name is Jenica, and for my mnemonic device, I chose the corn husk doll. I actually chose this device, mnemonic device, because I love dolls in general. And in our very first day in class, I saw yours and I just thought it was so beautiful, and I love that she was pregnant, and I just thought that's so much fun, or she looked like she was pregnant. And I just instantly knew that was something that I wanted to get more research on and learn the history about the cornhusk doll and why she has no face. And I was on the internet, I was reading all these different legends from different Indigenous peoples, and it was just really interesting. It had the story about the three sisters and about the creator. So it ended up that the corn wanted to also do something, if she could do anything else for the creator in helping him. And then from there, she ended up making a corn husk doll out of her corn, and she would go to these villages, and she was just so beautiful, and the children loved playing with her, and she was amazing device, and she brought so much joy to the children, but she was so beautiful, and everyone kept on saying she's so beautiful, oh look at her, she's so beautiful. And so she started getting quite vain, and the creator didn't want, that wasn't the purpose. So the creator spoke to her privately and said, listen, there's going to be consequences, I'm not going to tell you what they are, but you have to stop, please stop. And when she had left, she still looked at herself in the pond and looked at her reflection and realized how beautiful she was. Well, she didn't realize, she already knew. And then from there, she went back out to the villages. She was a little bit better for a while, but then came back. She was still vain, still conceited, still loving that face. And the creator called her back in. He's like, I warned you, but he still didn't tell her exactly what happened. And then she left the lodge and decided to look in the reflection, in the pond, and she had no more face. And so the moral of the story is for children to remember to not be vain and to not judge people by the way they look, but to love what's inside, because inside is what counts. I thought that was a beautiful story. Not only is it just a fun story, but it has good morals. It also talks about nature, talks about consequences. And regardless, even though she didn't have a beautiful face anymore, she's still a doll that is remembered all over the world in different ways and different variations. And she's beautiful. I think she is. I'm actually going into early childhood education, so I personally think that, one, it's a great story to tell children, and two, it's an absolutely fantastic arts and crafts to do. So that's why I chose it. And I think it's also just a fun story in general. Why not? It's also a good campfire story. The legend of the cornhusk doll. Also, I made some dolls. I live in a very rural area in the county, and I'm tons of fields with corn. And so I went outside and went with my family, and it was really nice because my whole family got involved in this project, and we just had a day where we just made cornhusk dolls. So this is the one that I love the most. Her name is Autumn. And I've made her a belt, so I actually did some braiding and beading. There's no beads, sorry, just made them look like beads, and some colors that I liked. And some corn husk hair. She has a back to her, a little dress. And then this is actually a shell. It's from Nova Scotia. I did a project last semester, and I worked with the Mi'kmaq. And we're Nova Scotians, so I really found it quite amazing, and they were so generous with their knowledge and sharing. And this is actually a shell from Nova Scotia, from the Mi'kmaq territories, and I wanted to create that in her headband because I just thought it was kind of personal and quite beautiful, and I loved making her, and it took no time at all. But it makes me think of my mom and my fiance because we all made them together. This is another one that we made. She's pretty awesome. She has a beautiful feather in her hair. She has rope for hair. We didn't use the corn like this one for the hair. And we also dyed the corn husk with coffee and blueberries. There you go, in the back. Let me just do that. They're so cute. I love them. And then we also decided to do a man as well. And I did some braids and all that kind of stuff. But I think my favorite one is this one. She's pretty cool. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed. I loved doing my mnemonic device. I thought it was fun, and I think that it will be a fun story to tell people after I tell them the story. I can show them my corn husk doll, and hopefully I'll be able to use this particular activity in my career down the road. So thanks for listening. Bye.